Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and man, there is a bunch of cool news to go over. We are just about a week away from the launch of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. There has been a brand new interview that dropped with Famitsu going over some really cool details about Monolith Soft, the company, what they're working on, and also the length of Future Connected. Plus, I wanted to add a few different things and my own experience with the virtual demo of the game. Plus, we have this really cool expo that's going on that's been built between these Japanese developers and publishers that's going to reveal a bunch of cool and new games and have announcements this summer. So let's go ahead and first start off with this Xenoblade Chronicles news and start off with Future Connected. Now, when Nintendo did a virtual demo with me, I did get a shot at looking at Future Connected playing right then and there, and the game looks absolutely amazing. But one of the big questions that many people were asking, like, well, wait a minute, how long is this going to be? Is this going to be a Torna, the Golden Country type of situation where you have around 20 to even up to 50 hours based on how much content that you want to do in the game? Or is it going to be more on the shorter end? Well, we do have the answer now. So Takahashi-san, the lead producer, you know, the big man in charge over there at Monolith Soft, he actually said that the game is around 10 to 12 hours long and up to 20 hours for the Future Connected, not the base game Xenoblade. Xenoblade Chronicles, obviously that game is huge. You can spend upwards of 100 hours plus into that game, but the Future Connected epilogue that is actually separate from the main game, you pick it from a different option, that is 10 to 12 hours and up to 20 hours. So knowing me and how I do things, that means I'm going to spend about maybe 30 to 40 hours in this game, because Torna, everyone said that that game was around 20, 25 hours. I spent around 50 hours in that game, making sure that I get every single thing, because the maps are smaller. It's just easier to get things. It's easier to do all the side quests. So yeah, I am down for a 20-hour plus adventure outside of the main game of Xenoblade. And another thing that people have always asked, at least people ask me, is that is there going to be any DLC? But there doesn't need to be. Nobody should be asking for DLC in this game. You know why? Because Future Connected is essentially DLC that we get 10 to 12 hours of gameplay that's separate from there. There's no point. The game is 10 years old, right? So you can just picture it like, hey, we're paying 50 bucks for the game, or we're paying 40 bucks for the game, and we're paying 20 bucks for the Future Connected. That is your DLC built right into the game. So very excited to see that. Now, another very interesting thing that came out from this interview is that Monolith Soft's main team, right? Monolith Soft has a bunch of different teams, but their main team was divided into 3 separate kind of pieces in order to get Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition done. Another one was built, kind of sectioned off to work on a new game for them. So this could be a new Xenoblade game, or it could be a brand new IP, kind of like that fantasy medieval setting thing that we've been seeing. It could be that. And then another section was built to work on both of them. So I guess there's good communication between what the other team is doing, working on the new game. So very interesting structure, but at the same time, I dig it. I think it's kind of cool that they have those 3 separate ones and they're all working on something in order to keep the continuous content up, because ever since the Switch has launched, it's been continuous Xenoblade for the most part, right? We've been hearing about games, or we've been knowing that there is Xenoblade or something to do with that. 2017, we got Xenoblade Chronicles 2. 2018, we got Torna, the Golden Country. 2019, we got the first reveal of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. And now 2020, we're getting that game. So I'm hoping that this could lead to their new game being revealed this year, that they say, hey, this is the first look at our brand new game, whether it's Xenoblade Chronicles X2, whether it's Xenoblade Chronicles 3, whether it's a whole new IP. I'm not sure what it is. I don't care what it is. I just want something new from Monolith Soft, because they make some of the best games in the industry. So I'm really excited for that. Now, one more thing before we leave it on here, guys. Xenoblade Chronicles is a really epic and huge type of game. I don't think anybody should be too intimidated, because one question that I get quite a bit is like, okay, well, I've never played the other Xenoblade games. Is this game going to be good for me? I'm not necessarily sure if I like other Japanese RPGs and all that. I just say this. Look, guys, there's tons of gameplay out on the game. Check out the game yourself. Look at our footage that we have right here on PlayerEssence. Do you want a massive RPG with tons of stuff to do that has a very unique and interesting battle system with a phenomenal story that doesn't have the mess of the core crystals of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and all that? If that's what you're looking for, then Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is the game for you. This game is really, really, really good, and you will see that the more and more that you play the game. So if you're wondering if you should get this game or not, I do think Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition should be the next game that you purchase on the Nintendo Switch, even if you're looking forward to some of the other games out there, right? We have a lot of remasters or ports, remakes, whatever the case is, coming out for the Switch pretty soon here. A lot of games coming over from previous systems, right? But I think Xenoblade kind of stands above the rest of them when it comes down to it. And there's some good stuff coming too. I mean, there's BioShock, there's a lot of good things coming out, and trust me, those games are amazing, but Xenoblade should definitely be on your radar. And even if you don't get it this month because you're getting something else, you can check it out later. The game isn't going to disappear anywhere for the most part, so you can definitely get it later. It should be one of the games that makes it into your Switch library at some point. Heck, I've got so many people still telling me to this point, like, yo, OJ, I watched their content on Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and I bought it because of you. And this is in 2020. That game came out in 2017. So people are still playing Xenoblade even up to this point. The game is still selling. People are still picking up Torna. So it doesn't matter when you get it, just as long as you get it and you try it out at some point and just see if you're going to like it. But I suggest it. I think it's great. It's not for everyone, but at the same time, it's so unique. And if you're a Japanese RPG fan, you're definitely going to be interested in playing this type of game. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing here, guys, and that is this expo that's going on. And honestly, this could be the first Shin Megami Tensei 5 sighting from Atlus revealed at this expo. So essentially the first thing that we've seen in quite some time. So here's the deal, guys. The New Game Plus Expo is a collaborative initiative of 14 video game publishers based in North America and in Japan, and they will host a digital presentation featuring dozens of games, including new title announcements and live gameplay demos on June 23rd, the group announced. There's actually a YouTube channel that I already subscribed to when I was live yesterday, and it was awesome. It was so cool to subscribe there and be like, all right, we can get this going. I am going to live stream the event, so let me go ahead and tell you guys when this time is going down. Then we're going to break down who's going to be at the show. So the presentation will air on Twitch on June 23rd at 8 a.m. PT/11 a.m. Eastern time, which will be followed by the first looks, Q&A sessions, and more from 9 a.m. PT to 12 p.m. ET, then to 4 p.m. PT to 7 p.m. ET as well. Now the full showcase will be archived on the New Game Plus Expo YouTube channel, so if you can't catch things live or catch it with me, you'll be able to catch it on there. Now here are the big hitting companies that are going to be here. Some of them big hitting, some of them not. So you have Actil, you have ArcSys Games, you have Arc System Works, Gung Ho Online Entertainment America, Grasshopper Manufacturer, Idea Factory International, Inti Creates, Koei Tecmo America, Natsumi, NIS America Inc., Playism, SNK Corporation, Spike Chunsoft Inc., Way Forward, and the last one here is Sega/Atlus. And that's the big thing that everybody is talking about here. Are we going to see Shin Megami Tensei 5? Are we going to see Persona 5 Scramble get the official announcement for the West? I think if there was a place to do it, it's going to be right there, because not only is Sega and Atlus there, but also Koei Tecmo is going to be there as well. Koei Tecmo American branch is going to be there, so you know good and well they're going to have something lined up. So here's what I think is going to happen from probably the biggest hitter here, right? That would be Sega for the most part. Sega, because Square Enix isn't going to be there. Bandai Namco's not going to be there. But Bandai Namco and Square Enix, they are going to be at IGN's summer event that they do have. So look out for announcements from them there. Or at least I know that Bandai Namco is going to be there. I think Square Enix is going to have some stuff too. But this is pretty cool, right? Because Sega, Koei Tecmo are both there. I think this is the time, man. I think this is the time that we see finally Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers. That needs a localization. That game is much better than you guys think it is. People think it's a Warriors clone. It's not a Warriors clone. There's some Warriors elements in there, but the game is its own unique RPG. It's actually super good and will be a welcome addition to the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. And then on top of that, we have Shin Megami Tensei 5. I mean, why not? If there was any time to kind of reveal this, especially with COVID going on, like, you're not going to get too many other opportunities to have a big event. This is going to be big. People are going to be covering this. Yes, it doesn't have all of the big wigs from the Japanese industry, but there's going to be a lot of eyes on this event, especially because it's right around the time of E3, right? E3 is a little bit before then, so why not get your game out here? And I know they've been working on it for multiple years. The game is not canceled. I think it's time to show us something. One little snippet of gameplay, a gameplay trailer, maybe a loose release window or something like that. Now is the time for them to bust out the Shin Megami Tensei 5. And I personally think that we're going to see the game here. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I might be wrong on that, right? Because we're dealing with Atlas here, right? We're dealing with them, and they are known to kind of do weird things at times and weird marketing stunts and publicity and stuff like that, announcements of announcements. But at the same time, you have the people that are needed in order to get this done. You have the people that are needed with Koei Tecmo to get the Persona 5 Scramble the Phantom Strikers, get that going, get the ball rolling with that game, announce a release window for it, and then you have everybody, Switch fans, looking. You have 50 million plus people, 56 million plus people with Switch systems. Now is the time to strike. Let people know that you've got an amazing game, because I played Shin Megami Tensei 4 on the Nintendo 3DS. I've played previous Shin Megami Tensei games, and while it does not at this point take a backseat to Persona in many people's eyes, Shin Megami Tensei, the vanilla games, are very good. They're very good games, and they're very fun to play. They're challenging, but they're also very fun to play. So I'm thinking this game is going to be really good when they finally just show it off. I think it's going to look incredible. So I'm waiting on that. I think it's going to happen. Many people don't think it's going to happen, but I'm saying, why not, right? The Tokyo Game Show, I think that's pretty much going to be a digital presentation. So it's not like there's going to be a bunch of live presentations to where they get a ton of opportunities in order to show this game or in order to talk about it. So this would be a great place to reveal it. And Sega kind of needs that little boost, right? They need people talking about their games a bit more. So we'll see what happens at this expo. And I'm actually really excited considering who's been announced to put their games out there. So what are you guys' thoughts on this when it comes to Shin Megami Tensei 5 and what could be going down with the expo here? And also with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, what's making it a must play for you? Are you planning on picking it up? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.